Alright, we're recording. Hey guys, welcome to the Turd AMA, where we just talk about behind the scenes stuff, I guess, of that chapter. And you guys can ask me any questions you want about it. I am actually a little bit sick at the moment. I think I've got a cold. Or coronavirus, I don't know. So if I sound like shit, that's why. So this is the Turd one. I got quite a lot of questions, over 100, which I was not expecting to get so many questions, but thank you so much for everybody who took the time, and I appreciate all the questions. So we'll go. I kind of had a few things to say, but I think they've been asked in questions. You have a state channel, everything's going really well. There's just channel questions, updates, and stuff like that, which I think are going to be answered in the questions. So I'll go through them now. I might try and go through it a little bit quicker in the interest of time, because last couple of times I did AMAs, they were about an hour long each, and I think I had less than half the amount of questions I have today. So, and I think some people, there might be some of the same questions come up again, so I'll just pass it through them so that I'm not repeating myself. Alright, I guess let's just begin and get into it. Like I said, I'll try not to dawdle too long so that this video is interesting. I don't know if it's going to be interesting. I'm not very interesting, but let's go. I'm going to butcher people's names, by the way, so I really do apologize in advance for doing that. River Nuri, which case affected you the most personally and why that one? Also, have there been any you decided not to present after looking into them, and why? Case that affected me the most personally was probably the Highway of Tears. That's one that kind of stuck with me for a long time. Really did. It's probably one I think I'd like to go back and cover like a part 2 or even visit it and film there, because there's so much in it. Yeah, I think that one probably stuck with me the most so far anyway. But that's just the first one out of Noodle. Have there been any you decide not to present after looking into them? Usually ones that involve kids are usually too messed up, or also that one of Christian and Shannon Newsom, Christopher Newsom and Shannon something. What was that case called? Sorry, bear with me. Shannon, Christian, and Christopher Newsom. Yeah, I looked into that one because I got recommended it quite a few times. I don't think I'm ever going to record that one. It's just too fucking fucked up. It's way too dark. I don't think I'd record that. I get recommended it a lot, but I don't think I'm going to do that one. Alright, Brooke Ralston, what's your typical research process like, and how long does it usually take for you to build up enough material for a video? Sorry if this has been asked before. I don't really have a typical research process, just kind of research, Google, journals, articles, news reports, that kind of stuff. There's no kind of typical way of doing it. How long does it usually take to build up enough material for a video? About a day, I would say, of kind of constantly going through. I mean, I don't know, it's hard to say. It takes me about 3 days to make a video. Anyway, like including researching, scripting, filming, editing. About 3 days per video. I usually try and get maybe 2 videos per week done. It's kind of hard to say. There's no typical research process. Just lots of Googling and reading and researching. It's kind of like, you know, in college, like writing essays and stuff like that. It's more or less similar. Like, I don't consider myself an armchair detective or anything. I just consider myself a storyteller. But yeah, I guess I don't really have one, but just lots and lots of rabbit holes and Googling. Chris Drake, what one story that was originally tough to film and stuck with you for a while, like weighing on you? Yeah, Highway of Tears. Probably, I think. I think that's probably the most one. But again, that's just off the top of my head. Lisa, I'm sure you've answered this before, but those of us who are relatively new, what prompted your channel? Were you always interested in true crime? Did you want to do YouTube and settle in this genre? Do you have any education or experience in the area, or is it purely interest? What started YouTube? So it's kind of a long story, so I'll give you the clip notes. A friend of mine asked me to help out in his YouTube channel. It was a shitty top 10 YouTube channel, more or less with PowerPoints. He just wanted my voice to be on it. We did that for a few months. It never really went anywhere. We ended it after a couple months, you know, just to jobs, you know, work and stuff like that. We didn't really have time for it. I missed it for months, and then I decided to start up my own one. And that chapter kind of started out doing sciencey videos, and then more mysteries and paranormal, and eventually into true crime. Kind of been evolving into like that way. Was I always interested in true crime? Yeah, I would say not heavily interested in it. I don't have a shitload of books or anything, But yeah, I liked always reading about it and stuff like that. My mom gave me In Cold Blood by Capote when I was a teenager, so that kind of started that off. Never thought of doing YouTube, ever. I actually always loved making videos in college and school and stuff like that. Like whenever we would do projects, and I would film at parties and stuff like that, but for some reason making videos on YouTube just never occurred to me. So none of this was planned, just sort of happened. Never once thought about doing any of this. Just naturally kind of happened over time. And I have no educational experience in this area, criminology or anything. Just, I went to college and did kind of like an arts degree, it was a communications degree, so I did lots of research, so that helps, that comes in handy. I'm used to processing lots of information into a readable form in the script writing and stuff like that, so maybe that comes in very handy. But I don't have any training or anything like that. Chris Drake, how do you separate yourself from your crimes? Like, what do you do to reset after looking at so much negativity and harsh and evil of humanity? Once I close my laptop, I can switch off pretty quickly. I don't tend to take it home with me, even though I work from home. I don't carry it out of like the office space where I work. I don't like carry it out of there. Yeah, I'm just able to switch it off pretty quickly. You know, just stuff like YouTube. I don't watch any other horror or true crime YouTubers in my off time, or even really when I'm researching, because I do it for my own channel, so I don't need to, you know, do it in my spare time too. So comedy, YouTubers, video games, movies, TV shows, lots of comedies. That's really it, to be honest with you. I don't know, maybe I'm just a sociopath. Probably, I don't think so, but maybe I am. But yeah, no, I'm just able to switch off pretty easy. I've always been like that. Even for every job I've had, as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, alright, I'm unplugged. I don't even want to talk about it until I have to go back to work, you know, kind of way. Greg, would you consider using this on Memory Rain again? Used it quite frequently in the past. I've used it in the last couple of videos. It's in my rotation. If I haven't used it for a while, whenever you type that comment, there was no reason for it. I guess I just thought it didn't fit in it. But yeah, it's in my musical rotation. So it will always be appearing here and there. Robin Wheatcraft, in one of your recent videos you made reference to only speaking one language. Got me curious, do you speak Irish Gaelic? I kind of can. If somebody was speaking it at me, I could understand them, but I wouldn't really be able to talk back that much. You're studying Irish is mandatory in school, so I studied it for like 14 years. And I can barely speak it. I actually studied French, Spanish, Japanese, and Irish, and I failed them all. Because I fucking suck at languages. But Gurram Mockett for asking that. Yeah. Cheryl, I would like to know what criteria you use for selecting the stories you cover. How much time goes into research and editing videos? Is there any particular reason you chose? Do you have enough Patreon support to do this as a full-time job? Criteria for searching videos, just interesting. Ideally ones that haven't covered to death and ones that are interesting. I mean, when you're doing true crime, no matter what topic it is, it's gonna have been covered before, because you can't just invent new true crimes unless I start going and killing people. I can't invent new batshit stories. You know what I mean? But ideally, like, Bundy, Manson are not on my to-do list at all. Probably ever will be. So criteria is just, footage is one big thing, obviously, because I think, you know, as a visual format that YouTube is, I think it makes the story a lot more interesting if you can see things actually happening. There's a video I have coming up on, I think, next week. It's the story of Edwin Lara. It's crazy. It's like just so much footage in it. It's really insane. I think it's a really good video. Not because of me, I just think because there's so much footage in it and stuff. It's really, really fascinating. Actually, before I do, recommendation is to listen to a podcast that's about it. Let me get the name of it. Check out this podcast. It's about the story Urge to Kill is what the podcast is called. I'd really recommend that. It's all about the story. It was really, really good. So check out that. And yeah, that's honestly, you'll see like Edwin Laura's story is like a perfect story of the criteria I have. Lots of footage, insane story. Recent is a big one as well. Yeah. Do we have enough Patreon support to do this full time? I do, thanks to you guys. I really do. I don't know how much you're aware of YouTube. YouTube demonetizes content a lot, especially the content I cover, true crime. It demonetizes it pretty heavily. So you can't really make much money off YouTube, but with your guys' support, I am able to do this full time. So thank you so much for your support. It really is amazing. Okay, Mr. Marmalade. Are there any cases that stuck with you, kept you awake at night? How many hours do you investigate? So cases stuck with you, yeah, probably Highway of Tears would be number one. Timothy Pitson was another one. Oh, what happened to him? Or Pitson. Dior Kunz was another one. Those ones stuck with me a lot. How many hours? 3 days per video. It's about the average. And do you like marmalade? I've never actually had marmalade. I don't like jam very much. I like Mr. Marmalade though. Lena Boylan Rosio. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm a former EMT, and I definitely have a case that haunts me. Most in the medical field or law enforcement have at least one that does. With all the research you do, is there any that haunt you or really stuck with you? Yeah, those ones that I've stuck with. Highway of Tears, West Mesa Bone Collector is another one. Yeah, those ones. Oh, and Texas Killing Fields, another one probably. Dorvita Remy? Sorry, Dorvita. What are your top 3 videos that you've made and why? Probably just top 3 ones for just batshit insanity. As for Catalyst, I really like that one, but then that's pretty recency bias. Todd Kendhammer, Todd Coldhep, Israel Keys, Luca Magnotta. You know, just the ones that are just insane. Like, you're like, what the fuck is going on? John O'Donnell, have you tried bacon and cabbage tato yet? I haven't. I don't really eat tato that much. Salt and vinegar tato is the best, hands down. But I don't really eat tato terribly often. For those of you who don't know, tato is like crisp chips, I guess you call it in America. They're the best in the world. Salt and vinegar are the best. I haven't tried bacon and cabbage. It sounds fucking rotten. But if I see them, I will. Kit Doherty, all the questions above, and do you do all these videos all by yourself? Do you have any help? No, I do all these videos by myself. I don't have any help. It's a one-man operation. I research, write, film, edit everything myself. Do I want help? No. I think because I've built, that chapter's kind of grown and grown, I'm very protective of it. So do I need help? I don't think so. Sometimes it can be pretty overwhelming. Like, for example, I'm probably not on Patreon as much as I'd like to be, not on Discord as much as I'd like to be, or on social media as much as I'd like to be, because it can get very overwhelming. But I think I'd be, if I did have somebody help me, say, to write or edit, I would just be micromanaging them. I feel like everything I do, scripting, editing, filming, I'm kind of putting myself into it. Edits that I find funny, jokes in the script that I find funny, the way something is written is how I would say it. You know what I mean? So I don't think I want or need any help at the moment. Plus, I mean, I think if my videos got more complicated, like with a set and like all these mad edits and stuff, I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. I just wouldn't have time. But no, for now, no, I'm happy doing it all by myself. Ivy Gilstrap, would you do any videos focusing on paranormal cases or investigation of hauntings? Or are you just focusing on true crime stuff these days? I used to cover that stuff a lot, and I would have no problem covering it again. Sorry, door just on. It's hard to find cases that are like truly interesting, I think, when it comes to like paranormal and the occult and that kind of stuff. A lot of cases I find are just kind of, there's nothing there. But I absolutely would cover them if I found an interesting one. If you have any suggestions, yeah, I'm not like saying no, never, just haven't come across any recently. AJ Artuzo, love your channel. I'm thrilled every time you upload something new. Thank you. Do you still live in Ireland or are you US based? And would you consider doing cases from non-English speaking countries? Yep, still live in Ireland. Cases from non-English speaking countries, absolutely, I would do them. Obviously, the reason I don't, though, is just it's so hard to get information or video clips and stuff like that because I don't understand the language. That's the reason I don't cover cases that aren't typically English-based. Most of my audience is English-based as well. So, but yeah, that's really it. I would definitely cover them. It's just harder for me to get information. Simple as that, I suppose. If there was a case that had a lot of information about it written in English, then definitely, no question about it, I'd happily cover it if I thought it was that chapter style or worthy or whatever you'd say. Becky, I'm like, which cases stirred me most and which one you found most fascinating? An idea for case looking into is a woman with the toxic blood. Gloria Ramirez, I think her name was. I remember hearing briefly about that, like some weird article I was reading. Disturbed me the most, yeah, Highway of Tears, definitely. West Mesa Bone, Texas Killing Fields, West Mesa Bone Collector are definitely there too. Most fascinating, probably those as well. I don't think. hard to think off the top of my head. I don't know. I didn't really read these before. I probably should write out answers and make for a much more interesting video. Oh well. Alison Good. Tickles is pink when an upload is available. Oh, thank you. Do you have a P.O. box so we can send your stuff in? Appreciation. And Vegemite from Down Under. I'm good with it, Vegemite. I don't have a P.O. box. Is the short answer. I've heard stuff about Vegemite and I don't really know what it is. I think just the name is gross, so thanks but no thanks. Brian Metzger. How long an average does it take you to make a video? Research completion about 3 days. Frankie 1078. This video's already like 15 minutes long. How's it going, Mike? How long are you going to stay fiance, or is there a date set? I've been engaged to Regina for about 2 years, maybe. No date set. We were actually originally planning, like this time last year, planning on getting married this year, but I think we decided we want to buy a house first because we want to have like a backyard wedding. So I don't know. How about a video on serial killers who were caught, like Russell Williams? Yeah, he's on my to-do list. I've seen some pictures of him. He's a mad fucker. Bundy Manson, probably not, just because they've been done to death. Yeah. But maybe someday, if I'm scraping the bottom of a barrel. Carly Green, have you ever tried making your own craft beer and becoming a hipster? If not, why not? I'd probably kill somebody. I'd probably be video worthy for making it, but I've never had any interest in making my own beer. I'll happily drink your beer, but I won't make my own. I wouldn't even know where to begin. You know, I know people who made their own home beer, and it just seems kind of gross. I don't trust their health regulations while making it in the bathtub. Michael Green. Hi Mike, are there any plans to do some videos from haunted castles and locations? Yeah, actually, there's one I especially want to do. It's in Loftus Hall, which is down south from me in Waterford. It's a haunted, basically, old building. The devil supposedly appeared there. It's all haunted as shit. They actually do tours during the day, and at night you can stay there like overnight and film. I'd love to do that. Just been trying to find somebody to go with because everybody else around me is too much of a pussy to go with me. My brother said he would, but he lives abroad, so it's really hard to do it. But yes, I really want to do that. Monkey Fungus. Hey Mike, is the red shirt you wear in 99% of the time in your videos a lucky shirt? I guess it is, because I wear it a lot, and I'm really pleased with how that chapter has come along. No, honestly, the reason I just wear it so much... Wow, I'm slouching so low in this video, sorry. Didn't realize. The reason I wear it so much is it's just the colour. I have very pale skin, the background is very dark, so if I wear a dark t-shirt, I have a floating head. If I wear a white t-shirt, it just looks weird, it just messes with colour balance. That colour just happens to just look good. Simply the reason I wear it. That's literally it. I just like the look of the colour. No other reason than that. I get asked about it so much. It's red as well, which kind of suits the theme of the channel. Jared Crooks, favourite episode thus far? Yeah, I don't know favourite episode. Esmond Handless is there, but that's recency bias. Yeah, probably Highway of Tears. I think it's not, I'm not sure. Probably favourite case, maybe not favourite video. So it probably could be better, but yeah, stuck with me the most anyway. 710 Hub, do you plan on doing more collaborations in the future? Yeah, 2 actually. I'm working on. One is on a different channel, one will be on my channel. Probably be up next week, at the end of next week. Just wanted to keep an eye out for, but yeah, a couple in the works anyway. Sean Thomas, hey Mike, I've always struggled when in conversations with friends and acquaintances about my interests regarding true crime topics. I'm currently doing my criminology master's degree in university, as sick as it sounds. I can't get enough of it. Fair play for doing your master's. I know I've gone too far when I'm pondering my favourite murderer or sex offender. That being said, which impacted you the most? Mine would be Skylar Nisi. Oh yeah, man, that was a really disturbing case. It's a pretty bad one actually. I remember doing that. Making that video was not fun. Probably ones I've mentioned before, but yeah, Skylar Nisi case actually would be up there too. That was a tough one to make. I think it was like the first time I made quite a long video as well. It was almost 30 minutes long. Dark Side of Humanity, oh, sorry, PMAC. Particular case to struck you, ignite your passion? No, not really, just gradually happened over time. I guess, you know, I started doing internet mysteries and paranormal, and then I started doing like, you know, Highway of Tears and the West Mesa Bone Collector and Texas Killing Fields, and that kind of went more and more true crime. So that's probably the first ones where I started making it. But like I said, In Cold Blood by Capote was the first kind of thing in my life, I guess you could say. That kind of got me interested in it. Yeah, but thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you watching. Andy Rose, 2 questions from me. Of all the cases you covered, which took you most? I've talked about that. Mark Twitchell is a really interesting case. Yeah. That was really, that was kind of, not funny, I don't know is the right word, but I thought he was just funny, because he's such an idiot. Second question is less sinister. Have you ever been recognized on the street? Just once, when I was actually in my local pub. I was walking in with some of my friends, because we'd gone out for dinner, and we were going for a drink afterwards, and I was walking in, and the guy at the bar looked up when I walked in, and they kept looking at me, and I was looking at him. Because it's in my town, and I was like, do I know you? Like, maybe, I don't know, we used to go to school together or something. But then I went up, he's like, I seen you, he's a Scottish guy, I seen you on the telly. I was like, oh yeah, that chapter, yeah. That was the only time I've ever been recognized by, yeah. The only time I've ever met somebody who I didn't already know previously. Sorry I'm scratching myself a lot, but I am just fucked. I hope I don't have coronavirus. Nicolina Gallo, how is your life outside of making your videos? Has your success with your channel changed anything about what you do in your off time? No. I still just sit around. I like rock climbing and hiking. I don't do nearly of them as much as I'd like to. But no, hasn't changed my life at all. No, I'm still this regular dude. I'm not doing any better or worse, I guess, than I was previously. I'm just happier, I'd say, is pretty amazing. Case suggestion, Daniel Wozniak. Already made, coming very, very soon. Probably next couple of days it'll be up, so look forward to that. It's a crazy one. Toph Morris, other than why not, why? Christina Kramer, if you could interview one of the murderers you've covered, who would it be? Ezra McCandless would be up there, Mark Twitchell will be up there. I don't know. No, it's an interesting question. I've never thought about that before. That's just ones off the dome. Probably a lot of them, but I can't think of any in particular. Interesting question though, it's one I actually have to think about. Greg Diamond, the content you work with to make videos, is it public information or access to non-public sources? It's all public information. I've never had to do like a freedom of information request or anything like that. It's all publicly available. Alejandro J. Soto, there was a lot of talk about your mustache. Have you ever tried the old beard? I can't grow a beard. I really can't. I got a baby face. I just get like bits of stubble and a pedo mustache, unfortunately. Sean DeMarco, do you like Irish scone? I mean the loaf version, not the silly English version of it. Not really. I find scones of all kind just really dry. People eat them with jam, butter. I don't really like jam. So, not really, to be honest with you. Not a huge scone man, myself. Kenzie Wall, do you garden at all? Not at all. Couldn't tell you the first thing about gardening. Don't know anything about flowers. Would probably kill a garden if I had one unintentionally. Don't know the first thing about gardening. Jackie Poyer, you've really come out of your shell over the last year or so. Is it because your husband or wife or others? I just practice, I think, just getting more comfortable in front of the camera. That's really it. No other person is like giving me feedback or whatever, you know, or help me. Just, no. I mean, I'm in a room talking by myself, looking at the camera. Just practice. Just getting used to it being in front of the camera. That's really it. Amber, no questions. I just want to say you want to rock. Thanks, Amber. You rock too. Me in the park, but sex. What's the plan for your channel? Well, me in the park, but sex. I don't know. I really don't have one. Honestly, I kind of slowly evolved to being where I am now. Kind of stumbled into it. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what's the plan for my channel. Genuinely. Just seeing where it goes. Taking opportunities when they arise, but no real plans. I barely think to next week. I'm not like one of those people who has like these like 5-year goals, 2-year goals or anything like that. I've never been like that. Just kind of go with the flow. So honestly, I don't have any plans, but I'm open to whatever happening. Miss Cairo, how tall are you? 5'10", 5'11", maybe. 5'11" on a good day. I'm definitely under 6 feet, but not a whole lot under. Dogs or cats? Dogs. But I have a cat. Don't have a dog, but I prefer dogs. If you go anywhere for a week, where could I go? Probably South Korea, Japan, Alaska would probably be it. And do you believe in ghosts? I don't know if I believe in ghosts or not. Probably not. But I've never experienced it, but people I know and trust have told me stories of shit they've seen. I don't know if I do or not. I just never experienced anything personally. But people who've told me these stories of when they've had paranormal experiences, like I trust them. Like they're people who are close to me. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm open to it, but I don't think so. Christopher John, where are you from? Your accent sounds like Galway, perhaps. No, just outside Dublin. Lauren Johnson, okay, I'll pick and choose questions. Have you ever recognized that chapter guy? Sign autographs, take photos? No. Never signed an autograph. Just met that one guy, didn't take a photo with him, didn't sign anything. Is it weird being in a soundproof room talking to camera as if it's really thousands of people? I'm just talking. I don't imagine thousands of people are going to see this. So, not really. Nobody else here, so I don't know. Don't really imagine that anybody's gonna see it, so I guess I don't. It's not in my mind when I'm recording. How many of your videos, particularly witticisms, are improvised and you're talking or scripted? A lot of it is improvised. I usually have a script of like the facts, you know, this happened, this happened, this happened. But if I make jokes or comments, they're usually improvised because I'll write it and then I usually don't kind of read it until I write it, until I'm filming, or if that makes sense. So a lot of my comments and witticism are just reactions to what I'm reading. So a lot of it's improvised. I heavily ad-lib. But again, that's just probably just getting more comfortable in front of the camera. Are you having problems with demonetizations like other true crime channels? Yep. YouTube demonetizes nearly all my videos. Expanding into that chapter merch, really working on it now. I got all the designs done. No, I didn't do them, by the way. They all look really cool. Just having a problem with like Teespring. Like, so we order samples, you know, to make sure they're good before we publicly unveil it. The samples they keep telling me, like, the quality of the t-shirt is like shite. It's really fucking annoying. Even though we're like premium quality t-shirts, like, because I don't want to be just cheap shit. And like, the quality is shite. It's really, really annoying me at the moment. So yes, working on it. This is the long story short. All the designs done, just trying to get proper, good quality t-shirts, which is harder than it sounds for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway. Is there a dog in your future? Yeah. I'd love a golden retriever. That's the kind of dog I want. Can we see scrapped episodes? What makes you scrap one? Probably because I just thought it wasn't good or very worthy, I guess. I have some scrapped episodes, like 2. They're both bad. They're both old as well. So like they're not new videos or anything. Yeah, I suppose I could let you guys watch them or whatever. Put them up for you guys, but they're really bad. The camera and the battery's dying as they're very giddy up. Would love to see a compilation of funny outtakes if such exists. I don't really keep the raw footage that often, but it's a good idea. So when I've thought about making a funny thing like an April Fool's video, just like an outtakes and stuff like that. Christopher Kirchner. Sorry, that was Red 37. How do you stay positive? How does it affect your in real life? What advice do you give someone struggling to see more than the bad? How do I stay positive? I don't know. I guess I just don't let it get to me. I think I don't know. I guess I'm just able to switch off quickly. I know some people aren't, so I'm lucky in that respect. But I think that's why I put so many jokes in my videos, is because if I was doing this like writing scripts about these pretty sick things, disturbing things happening so often without any humor in it all, I'd probably be very depressed. So that's why I do make my jokes and stuff like that. What advice could you give to see somebody struggling to see more than the bad? I mean, a lot more good things happen in the world than bad, which I think is something to remember. We're just focusing on the bad. Like, even though we talk about crime and stuff like that, like, it still is very rare, I guess, to be the victim of a horrible crime. I don't really know. I don't really have any advice, to be honest with you. Robert Jackson, what inspired you to start your channel? Again, just stumbled into doing YouTube. It wasn't planned. I just liked making videos. How simple as that. Travis McIntyre, where do you get your stories from? Nowhere in particular and everywhere. Journals, recommendations are actually a big thing. People suggesting topics, but journals, suggestions, places like Reddit, places like, even just starting on Wikipedia, you can go to like, this is a case, like list of disappeared people or cases, like crime cases, and you can find kind of links there. So yeah, I don't really have any one particular place that I get them from, but suggestions are probably becoming the most common place. I'm starting a channel that's going to incorporate a story time with my favorite true crime channel stories, true crime stories as well as paranormal stories. How would you recommend I going about pulling a good story together? Just write the story, put it in your own words. I think is as good as possible. Like, let your own voice shine through when telling the story. That's really it. That's all I can say. Your own observations, stuff like that. Make it more your own rather than just like listing facts. Vanessa, what's your favorite color? Red. Do you like long walks on the beach and candlelit dinners? With you, I do. True crime is known for attracting women more than men. Is the same true for your channel? Not really, actually. I think like 55% men, 45% women. Really. which I think is interesting. I think I should start incorporating between my true crime videos, makeup tutorials, and style hauls. That might help. Maybe I'll try that. Ashley Linston, will you be doing a podcast working on it with a friend of mine named Garrett? We did a couple of practice episodes, so I'm still just ordering the equipment to make it properly, get proper mics and stuff like that. But it's still in the works. Yes, we did a couple of practice episodes, about 4 or 5 hours of practice. And yeah, it's still in the works. Miss Emily Powell, do you have a background in crime and criminology, and have you considered going into law enforcement? Probably when I was a kid. Probably wanted to be a police officer. Never seriously thought about it as I grew up. No background in crime or criminology at all, just a general interest. L. Blair, how long does it take to make a video, and how long in advance do you film it? 3 days to make a video. In advance, probably, ideally a week, maybe even 2. More often than not, a day. Do you have a job behind YouTube? No, it's my full-time job. Became it I'd say probably about 9 months ago. It became my full-time job. Does your partner ever get annoyed with how much time each takes up? She doesn't really. She's very understanding, and I've really started to try and treat making videos like a full-time job for the last couple of months, Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, kind of way. Give myself regular hours rather than spending all day, every day, till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, all weekend. I tried to make it just like a regular job. So that's really helped, weekends off kind of thing. Stephen Cox, have you seen my car keys? No. Jane Pohl, how did you decide to come and name that chapter for your channel? I always like to term chapters. The original name for the channel was Vague Chapters when I used to do a bit of paranormal, science, mystery, interesting facts. And it's just over time I just thought that chapter was better, as in each chapter was a video in the book of my channel. So that chapter, that video. Was the benefit of hitting the like button? It's just good for videos. Show more engagement on a video. The better the video will do, YouTube will show it to more people because they see a lot of people are interacting with it. So it helps. Thank you. David Allen, what are some personal favorite stories you've covered? I guess we've kind of talked about that quite a bit. Highway Tears, Texas Killing Fields. Skylar Neese is actually good, and Mark Twitchell, and Ezra McCandless probably, and Todd Coldhep, and Todd Kendhammer. Probably some of my favorite ones. Karen Pernell, if you could solve with a definite answer a case you've covered, which would it be and why? Good question. Springfield 3. Springfield 3 probably. Troy De Julio. Have you ever had personal contact with any of the people in your stories? Either the episode subject or someone involved? No, never. The most I've had is, I think, Skylar Neeson's cousin messaged me on Twitter one time to say she enjoyed the video, and that's really it. Shanonymous. What do your parents think about your channel? They don't really. Yeah, they're happy with it. I guess that I have, I'm able to make a living off it. They're not huge fans or anything. Favorite food and drink. Favorite food? I don't know. Korean food at the moment, but Mexican food, Italian food. I don't really have a favorite food, to be honest with you. I'm one of those people who eat everything. I like all food. I'm not picky. I'm not a picky eater. Drink. Water, Coke, beer. Were you bullied in school or witnessed bullying? Not really. No. Bullying wasn't a big thing in my school at all, to be honest. You witnessed a little bit of it, and sometimes you get bullied a little bit, but never anything bad, chronic. Do you smoke weed? I don't really smoke weed. I've smoked weed number of times in the past. It always just makes me feel sick, so I don't really like it. Don't mind if other people do it. I think it should be legalized, blah, blah, blah. Just personally, it just makes me feel nauseous. But yeah. Can you swim? Yes. Terrible swimmer though. And what's your sign? Star sign, I guess you mean. Sagittarius, I think. I'm born at the start of December, so I think it's that. I'm not sure. Mike Joe, are you familiar with any that case? I've read about that before. Crazy case. I think that might be worth a video. Pamela Persley Dublin. Sorry, I'm running out of time. The batteries on cameras are dead. I'm still a new patient, so I want to know everything. Where were you raised? Dublin, Ireland. What do you do besides YouTube? Hang out with my friends, watch TV. Don't really have any mad interesting hobbies. Like I said, I like hiking and rock climbing. I don't get to do either of them as much as I would like. But yeah, video games, movies, TV, cinema, hanging out with friends, going to the pub, going off on drives, being out in nature, something I really like. Whether you're married, I'm not married, engaged to Regina. We've been going out 5.5 years now. Marcin Schroeder, is that your name? Sorry, Marcin, I probably butchered it. In which case, sorry, have you come across a way you maybe look in the street for some, or check if the door is locked a bit more than usual? An interesting one. Man, the serial killer's blog one was definitely one that was like really disturbing when you can read through his blog. That one, so I mean, obviously the stuff he did was fucking horrific, but man, that one was really bad. Which case are you most disappointed with? Police investigation, offender stupidity, Mark Twitchell. Police investigation, probably the Austin Yogurt Shop stuff. Did that recently enough where they basically forced those guys to, like, with a gun to their head to confess. And I mean, like, thing is, they still could have been involved, but because they did that, they probably will never be able to get anything out of them. It's a good question though, actually. Never really thought about that. Megan Cassidy, what other hobbies, interests you enjoy other true crime? Yeah, rock climbing, hiking, and just TV, cinema, movies. I'm a big movie buff. Video games, PlayStation. Amanda Lewis, how do you Mike and my That Chapter family? What was the worst nightmare you've had as a result of your research? I don't really have nightmares. The worst nightmare I actually had recently was after watching Zodiac. Yeah, the Jake Gyllenhaal, David Fincher movie. I'd actually seen that like years and years before. Like, it's not new, it's like 2006 or something. But I rewatched it recently, and that movie genuinely gave me nightmares. Probably the scariest movie I've seen in a long time. Eddie Wicks, hi Mike. Really enjoy your videos. My question is, if anyone has a case, we send you general info for you to look into the case. Yes, please. Always looking for suggestions. Always open to suggestions. Please direct message me anyway. You comment them wherever. Yeah. Always looking for suggestions. Michelle Shepard, hello. Hi. How long does it take you on average to research and write and record video? 3 days. Yeah, that's it. Charlie Min, if you could be an animal, which would you be and why? Probably a dog. No, a cat, because you're going to sit around a day and do fuck all. It's great. What did you want to be when you grew up? Everything. Firefighter, police officer, journalist. Sorry, I have the light up there and I thought I seen like movement on it. So I'm like getting freaked out now. Like a big spider or something up there. Do you ever feel guilty that there's so much entertainment derived from true crime? Not really. I've had people ask me that before, like, do you feel like you're, I don't know, like taking advantage of it or whatever, or like, you know, profiteering from these horrible things? Well, it's like true crime's been around for years and years and years. It's like, I didn't invent this stuff. I'm telling a story. And the jokes I make in my videos are never, they're never aimed at the victim's expense. It might be jokes about the victim's name or something, but they're never about like them or what happened to them. They're usually about the killer. So, not really. I mean, it's storytelling. Like I said, I don't consider myself to be a detective, an armchair detective or anything. I'm just a storyteller. There are things that happened. I don't know, most people are interested in them, so no, not really. Guy Fawkes, what's your favorite type of nachos? Any kind of nachos, fully loaded. Give me nachos with everything on it. I love nachos. I put them in everything. So give me one sour cream, salsa, guacamole, chili, cheese, everything on it. Love it. Love it. Guy Fawkes, also, would you consider crossover with Last Podcast on the Left? Well, I love the Last Podcast on the Left. Big fan, but they're like up at the roof and I'm like down at the bottom of the floor. So there's not really, I think they're a bit big for me. But yeah, I think they're awesome. Andrew DeLong, do you take requests? Absolutely. Are they helpful or is it annoying, like unsolicited advice? Helpful. No, definitely. Any requests, please, I'm always open to them. Even if they're shitty requests or suggestions, I will still always look into them. And yeah, I'm always looking for requests or suggestions. So yeah. Trisha Knightley, do you encourage viewer ideas from videos? Yep, absolutely. Send me them all. Please do. Please send me them. Caleb Coleman, do you even try to pronounce 30? 30. Like 3? Man, I actually have to do a weird thing with my tongue to even make that. It's just the way we say it. It's an Irish thing. I don't even know, maybe it's just a Dublin thing. We say 30 and 3. We don't drop the H in all words that begin with T, just those especially. Don't know. Come to Dublin and you'll understand. Don't know why. Tyler, Stephen, Lyle. Sorry, this isn't a question, just a bit of rambling, but I just want to tell you how much I love your work. Hey man, that's really, really kind of you to say. Hey, thank you so much, Tyler. It's really, really kind to comment. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks, man. Misty Guy, outside of researching true crime, what do you do that makes your heart happy? Work, games, books, yeah. Trying to work out a bit more lately. But yeah, games, books. I read I read a lot of books, but I just keep reading the SCP wiki so much lately. You should read it. It's a lot of, if you're not familiar with it, definitely check it out. But yeah, that and video games and stuff. YouTube. Funhouse, probably my favorite YouTube channel. I watch them all day. Elizabeth, where are the little green man? How many leprechauns have you seen in your life, and how many does the average Irish person see? Does anyone ever find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, I've seen about 33 leprechauns in my life over 3 years. I've seen 3 leprechauns 3 times in 3 days. Never found any pot of gold, but apparently it has like 33,330. Zoe Brickman, why are you like this? I never know, man. I wish I knew. Steve Cummings, what do you do for a living? Mike, I do YouTube for a living since the last 9 months. Before that, I had many jobs, from minimum wage to working in corporate offices. Honestly, I hate them all. YouTube really makes me happy to work every day. How long on average do you spend on research and everything else for a typical video? About 3 days. Any pets? Cats, Charlie? Butt wiping, standing up or sitting down? Standing up. I only found out recently people wipe their butts sitting down. It's bizarre to me. Favorite TV series? Sopranos. What make of fridge do you have? No idea. No idea what brand it is. It's very old though. What's the last thing you ate? I'm actually sick at the moment, so I had like half a bowl of chicken and vegetable soup. Just couldn't eat any more. My stomach is just not feeling good. I'm genuinely curious about the coronavirus. How many fingers am I holding up? Desiree Moyer, do you have siblings? Yes, 2. 2 older brothers. I'm youngest of 3. How does your family feel about your YouTube channel? Yeah, they're not like all really big watchers or anything. But yeah, they like it, I think, for the most part. They're happy with it. Are they supportive? Yes, I would say they're definitely supportive. Do you have a significant other, and how do they feel about your videos? Yeah, Regina, she likes my videos. Yeah, she's really cool. Yeah, she's happy with them. Have you ever done a video about any crime in Ireland? Yeah, one's coming up very soon, and another one was in that Sligo case of Peter, what's his face, can't remember, made it about over 6 months ago. And I've a couple more coming up about Ireland anyway. Ume, talked about that quite a bit. It's hard to think about. Because like once I finish a video, I finish a case, video's uploaded, I kind of move on to the next one. I don't really dwell on cases too much, because I'm making 2 videos a week, so I kind of move through them pretty quickly. Do you ever get disturbing feedback because of your clips? Not really, not that I'm aware of. Anyway, I'm sure I have. My videos tend to get a couple of thousand comments. I only see a very small percentage of them. Whenever I actually post a video, obviously you guys get videos early, so I'll try and look through your comments and respond to them and stuff like that. But whenever a video actually goes live for the general public, I'll usually only pay attention to it for about 20 minutes. And after that, the amount of comments just gets unmanageable. I can't respond to them, so I don't really look. Plus, I mean, I think one thing I've learned is kind of bad for your mental health to look through your comments too much. Bethany Zeller, I miss a tinfoil hat. Do you ever branch out into weird anymore? Are there any topics besides true crime you'd like to cover on your channel? All in the horror genre. Like, any topics I've covered before, like conspiracy videos, like paranormal, internet mysteries, I would happily cover again. I just can't find any interesting ones lately. So I've done true crime, because of the fact that it's real as well. Definitely, it's getting to me a lot more, or I find just more fascinating. Dina, sorry, the battery on my camera's just blinking now. Which true crime story did you feel most attached to and why? Probably The Highway of Tears. Liam Tara, what kind of topics are often through your videos? Probably anything to do with kids. Just find that. No, don't like them. Elizabeth Hanley, how do you decide which crimes to cover? Talked about that before, just general interest level. And footage is a big one. What was your favorite place to visit in the world? Or so far, Sleepy Hollow in upstate. It's not upstate New York, but in New York. I love Sleepy Hollow outside New York City. Probably my favorite place I've ever been. But again, that's recency bias. Shaza, just curious, what age did true crime grab your attention? Probably as a teenager, read in Cold Blood, probably. Yeah, I was given that original, like a first edition or whatever. Do you have any favorite true crime authors? No, I don't actually. I don't really read true crime books. Again, and I do this for full-time jobs, so I don't really try and read into it too much in my own spare time. What do you think about the FBI's behavioral science unit? Is that the one Mindhunter's about? Yeah, it seems pretty amazing. I think it's cool. Really interesting. Sorry, my camera's just blinking. What do you think about your Patreon doubling in basically 1 month? That's amazing, Mike. We support you. Thank you so much, Maureen. Honestly, I'm kind of blown away. I can't thank you guys enough. Seriously, it's amazing that you guys are so supportive of me. Thank you. Paul Wevers, what do you find so fascinating about dark sides of life as you cover them? It's things people will do. Like, it's just unbelievable to me. I don't understand how people can do these things. Just that, really. You know, I kind of go through life thinking most people think the same way I do. I kind of feel like other people do as well, so it's just unbelievable to me that so many people can do those things. Lisa, channel, why did you decide on that chapter? Again, just... there's a bookstore in Dublin called Chapters. I always like the name of it, and then I view each video as a chapter in the book of that chapter. So that chapter, that video. Consider covering the Chris Benoit story. Probably, yeah. I've had that suggestion before. Never really looked into it. I've never really been a wrestling fan, but yeah, absolutely. Kelly Courtney, what does that chapter Beat Lab, where you make all the videos, look like? Ryan, would you consider doing a story on Gable Tosti? It's creepy and interesting as fuck. That sounds really, really familiar. I'm gonna look into that now. That name definitely rings a bell. Deb, when are you getting married? Hopefully next year. Can we meet her ever? I guess. She has nothing to do with social media, YouTube, anything like that. She has a completely different job, so I guess if she wanted to appear in one, sure. What does your family think of your YouTube career? Yeah, they're happy with it. You know, as long as I'm not a deadbeat, I guess. You're interested in murder mysteries? Yeah, they like it too. To be honest with you, they watch true crime documentaries probably more so than I do, even. Slyfox, sorry. At the end of your videos, you play some music while you're thanking viewers. It sounds an awful lot like Ojan from Far Cry 5. It is Ojan from Far Cry 5. I loved Far Cry 5. I think it's a really underrated game. I really like the story in it, really like the gameplay in it, and soundtrack in it was mind-blowingly good. That is Ojan from Far Cry 5. Great soundtrack. Bang on the money there, good ears. Alright guys, the camera is literally about to die. Thank you for making it this far if you watched it all. And man, I feel like I had so much more to say, but I'm really sick at the moment and the battery's about to die, so I can't think of anything. I'll talk to you soon. Mike out.